Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel of Being ACCA. This is Tushita Gupta, ACCA affiliate, and in this video I'm going to tell you all about the ACCA PM, which is the performance management paper, also called F5. So this video is going to be about all the myths that surround this paper, all the mistakes that students make in studying and attempting this paper, and all the strategies that you can use in order to avoid those mistakes and attempt the exam better. So let's get started right with it. And just to start with what the myths around PM are. So basically, a lot of students, when they are starting PM, they are scared. And why are they scared? They are scared because there are two reasons. So first of all, the pass rates are low. The pass rates, if you see for last 4 or 5 attempts, the pass rates shift between 40% to 44%. So this is the usual range in which the pass rates usually fall. For the other exams like tax, financial reporting, financial management, this pass rate remains somewhere around 50%. So these rates are still lower for PM, and it's always like a competition between double A and PM, that which paper is going to get the least passing rate among all of the skill level exams. So keeping that aside, another reason why students get scared of PM is because due to these pass rates, due to these low pass rates, it is hyped as a difficult paper. So there you'll see a lot of hype that PM is very difficult, it takes multiple attempts to clear. However, that's not the case. If you use the right approach, if you use the right strategy, it can very well be cleared in the very first attempt. Now, looking at what if I have to explain in a layman's language that what PM or performance management is all about. So basically, if you have a look, it comes from the extensions of MA1, MA2. These are the fundamentals in professional accountancy papers, and MA, which is the paper that usually falls under the knowledge level. And a lot of people also get exemptions for this paper also. So, if I talk about what PM exactly is, so if you see at the name, it's management performance management. So if you try to break these terms down, performance is basically how the business is doing, and management is managing this performance, right? How the business is performing, you are managing that. So what it really covers is that this is basically for the management, to help the management. The PM subject is basically to help the management in taking decisions. So here you will be planning that how things has to flow, what are the costs. It's basically on the costing side of the business, the internal things of the business, the costs, and other things which go into the manufacturing of what the company actually does. So when you plan, you also make budgets, that okay, this is the amount of money that I think is going to cost to make the products that I make, and this is approximately the level of sales that I will be able to do if this is what I am selling in the market. So there are budgets involved, and then once you are planning something, you have budgeted something, and then you actually make those sales in the market, and then what happens is you compare. So you compare what you had planned versus what actually happened. So that is actual. So think of it to put it really very simply, think of it like you are preparing for an exam. So if you are preparing for an exam and you think according to your plan, you think you are going to score 85 out of 100. However, in the actual result, the actual score that you get on your mark sheet comes out to be 87 out of 100. So that means you have performed well, you have done better than what you had actually planned or that you were expecting. So the difference between these is called the variances. Variances is also another very important part of your PM syllabus, gets tested very frequently, and is a very interesting topic. Personally, it is one of my favorite topics. So variance is basically nothing but the difference between what you have planned and what you actually got. So the difference between the plan minus your actual will give you the variance. It can be a good variance, it can be a bad variance. Good is something that if you are able to get your costs down, so businesses actually work for profit. And how do we calculate profit? Profit is nothing but your sales minus costs. So what is going to be good for my business? Either I bring my sales up or I bring my costs down. The main point is that my profit should go up. That will give me a favorable variance. A good variance is called favorable variance. And when the exact opposite happens, costs increase, sales go down, profit goes down, that is bad for my business, and that is called an adverse variance. So this is called an adverse variance in performance management. Now, this is like a brief of what PM exam and syllabus looks like. There are also other things that are there. Of course, I'm just giving you an overview. Another thing which comes to my mind is that, it helps the management in decision making. How does it help? So, you will be studying a lot of things like, process costing. You would have studied this in your MA and MA1 MA2 also, that if there are you make something that is manufactured into one process, then another process, then another process. So basically there are a lot of things you will find in performance management syllabus that will help you in making decisions. Also there are decisions like make or buy. Let's say you have some raw material that you need, which your business can either make on your own or they can buy. So you will compare that, if we make, let's suppose if we are actually internally making it, it is costing $8, and if we buy it from outside, it will probably cost us $5. So which of the following is better? Depending upon how your business is, what the competitive factors are and everything, you will go for one of these decisions. So PM is basically for the help of the management to see how you actually perform, to plan your performance, to actually do what is best for the profit maximization of the business. Now, talking about the what mistakes people do, or what strategies can you devise out of these mistakes. So basically, the first thing that you have to avoid, that these most of the students do, firstly you have to avoid selective study. So by selective study, I mean, there will be a lot of students who will message us to ask that what are the important topics? I do not have time to finish my whole syllabus. I just want to do the important areas. So that is not the right approach. Selective study will never be sufficient for you to get the hang of the syllabus, to get the hang of how questions are to be done and everything. Now, coming to the next thing, the second thing that you have to do, this is a mistake that students make. You have to solve section C questions at least on the ACCA practice platform. Now why I'm saying this is that, on the ACCA practice platform, the Excel spreadsheet functionality is a little different. So on the ACCA practice platform, the Excel that you get has only limited features from the original Excel that we usually use. So the features are limited, the limited formulas can be used. So that is how it is very important that you practice and get a hang of that spreadsheet, which you will be getting in your actual exam. Then another thing that students do not do, which you should do, is that you should do written practice of drafting the theoretical answers. Now, people think that, PM is a numeric dominated paper, and you only need to practice numerical questions to be able to pass the exam, which is not the case. Theory holds 30 to 40% of the weightage in your paper. That means 30 to 40 marks worth of theory is tested in your performance management exam. So it is very important that you practice the theory, you draft the theory while you actually type it on the practice platform. Now, another mistake that students make is that they do not link the things to the scenario. So, when you are asked to write about a theoretical question, when you write about theoretical answers, uh, it is very important to link to the scenario. If you see the requirements properly, you will see that the name of the company has been asked, that how can this company use, or how, what are the advantages of, let's suppose, process costing to this specific company. So if you are writing general answers, you will not be getting marks because it is asked in the context of the specific company. That is why linking to the scenario is very important. Always and always in the ACCA exam, you will be, in the case study, you will have ample of points with which you can link your answers to the scenario. So this is the fourth point that I wanted to let you know. And the last thing that I have for this video is that, when you have to attempt your paper, while you're actually solving it, what are the steps to go about it? So first of all, this applies to section B and section C questions specifically, because these are case study questions. So what you'll do is, first of all, you will read the requirements. Do not look at the case study, just read the requirements very carefully first. Segregate the requirements. A lot of times it will happen that in one question, let's suppose this is part A, write about this and this. So what will happen is, you will answer this requirement, but you will skip this requirement thinking that, okay, I have answered this. A lot of times due to exam stress, this happens that you totally miss out on this one, and you, even if you have gotten all of this correct, you do not get any marks for this. So please read the requirements very carefully. This goes for section C specifically, because a lot of times and or and these words are used in section C. Once you have read the requirements, only then will you go to the reading of the case study. When you are reading the requirements, you will highlight that, okay, or in the back of your mind you will keep it that, this is what I have to look for while I am reading the case study. And when you are reading the case study, do not mindlessly go on reading the case study. Focus your mind on the requirements while you are skimming through the case study. While you are reading the case study, your mind should immediately find answers to what the requirements are asking you in the questions. So this is how you should be solving section B and section C questions. Now, with this is all I wanted to tell you about the mistakes and what are the strategies that you can use to attempt PM exam in a better manner. To conclude, I would like to say that, if you have any doubts or queries, please feel free to leave a comment down below, or even message us on our Instagram page at Being ACCA. Also, to let you know that we conduct test series for PM exam. So it is a series of 6 tests. More details will be announced later on, but we do conduct test series. If you are a self-study student who wants someone to assess their performance, then this is something that you can get. You have self-studied, and to know that, to how extent you are prepared, this is one of the good ways to get to know how your preparation is on track or not. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that with this you get some clarity about how you have to study and attempt PM. uh, Please, again, reiterating the fact that you can always and always reach out to us for any queries that you have. Thank you so much for watching this video.